Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. What's up, y'all? It's been a while. About a month, two. I don't know what was going with you, baby. Uh-huh. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Feeling good tonight. It's been a while. Had a long day. Had to get my apple juice going. Yes. Welcome back from the East Coast to the Midwest to the West to the West. All right, we're gonna go back to this. See my nice face, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Hello. Let's get you back on the screen. You handsome man. Yes. Hello. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done an episode. And I got a few things to talk about tonight. I've been trying to it's in the work and I'm actually going to get it, but I've had many busy days. And I'm going to be having guests on here soon. Also, if you want to be a part of the panel in the near future, send me a DM, send me an email, send me a message. Hey, if you want to be on here, it's open to everyone. Let's have these conversations. These are conversations that need to be had, and we should always, you know, have these conversations, I guess, right? I believe that, everybody's opinion is valid. Sometimes it's invalid based on my opinion. But it's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to argue. As long as it's done in a respectful way, it can be done. It can be done. So you see the title, divorced. We want prenup. We want prenup. Do we though? Life is a little different. I know I'm heavy when it comes to relationships, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to the gender roles. But actually been thinking, as life continues and as you get older and as you experience things, I wouldn't say your mind change. You do change. But I wouldn't like to say you change, but you adapt. You adapt to society. Life is different for us all. The society, from 5, 10, 15 years ago is not the same as how society and life is today. We are evolving, we are adapting, we are constantly and consistently changing to the progression of life. And I think that's what's important to understand, that not to lose focus on what you want. So I know I've always been big on, hey, gender roles, or hey, the man leads, but can women lead, especially, we have equality. I have said that chivalry can exist with equality. That was a conversation that I've had. That was something that I made a post about on my Facebook post. And, I've got different answers. I've gotten different things from these people. And, it's given good points. People have made good points. And it's about being transparent. It's about being open to the idea of seeing life from other people's views. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm 28, but I'm still learning as life throws its things at me. I still keep pushing. And as long as I have the air in my lungs, as long as I'm still alive and still breathing, I'm gonna still live. I'm gonna keep living. So I guess tonight, it's the title, but really tonight I'm gonna talk my about 5 things that if you don't have as a foundation in your relationship, it may end in divorce, but not just divorce, but the divorce of any relationship. Whether that relationship is a marriage, whether that's a friendship, an associate, it could be work, it could be family members. These are just I I have I have done some research. I have done studies. I have just looked at statistics of and different YouTube people, different people in life, people I've talked to, and these are just 5 things I've taken. This is my opinion. This is my subjective truth. And many of you may agree, many of you may disagree. Your 5 things may be different than what I say. So, I am actually going to go from least to greatest. So, I have, like I said, 5 things. I'm going to go from number 5 to number 1. Number 5 being the bottom of the total poll, and number 1 being the absolute of the foundation. So, first, as number 5, at the 5 traits when it comes to foundations of relationships, I have position. Position. First and foremost, I'll talk about marriage. Position as a man. And, there are individuals who may feel or even believe differently, but as a position, as a man, position is important. Knowing your role in the relationship, whether it may be a marriage, friendship, in the family, whatever it may be, position is important. And the reason why position is important is because you have to know your role in that position. So there are businesses like this for the most part in a westernized society, being the leader, the CEO, the president, top dog, number one in that position, you are given a role. You are given things, and it matters for your role because in my opinion, I believe that position is important to know where we're going. So for example, in a marriage or in any relationship, if you're the president, if you're the CEO, if you're the head, I'm gonna use, the head of the household. If you're the head of the household, everyone in that household, everyone in that village, everyone in that empire, that dynasty, that tribe looks to you. They look for your guidance. They look for your teachings. They look for you to be able to lead them in a direction for the success of that relationship, for the success of that tribe, for the success in that position. I work for a company right now, just like any other company, whether you're the Steve Jobs, whether you're the I don't know, a lot of people won't agree with this, but whether you're the Donald Trump, I'm just using it as an example of individuals who are in positions of power, positions of CEO, positions of presidency, empire, leadership. the head, the number one, the big dog, you know, top dog, the leader, it is imperative to know your position for you to know the direction that you're going. Because if we don't have a position to play, just like I'll use sports. Like in basketball, there's the starting five. There's five positions. You got point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. They all have a distinct position, and they must be able to know and understand that their role for the entire aspect of the team. And each role matters. Each position matters. Your position matters. So if you don't know your position, then how do you know what you need to do in that relationship? How do you know what your position is in order to know what's next? What's next? What's next? And that goes to my next number four. Next thing in this five traits for the foundation of building and of keeping a relationship together is responsibility. Yes, I said responsibility. Yes, we have this thing called roles and responsibility. Your role is your position. Your position is your role, and it coincides and aligns with your responsibility. You must know your responsibility. First, you must know your position. So, for example, if you're the CEO, okay, what do CEOs do? They lead. They are the foundation. They are the top dog, the founder, the thing that matters, that created and incorporated the relationship, whether it be a business, whether it be anything. You must know your responsibility. So, for example, um, your responsibility matters. You got your position, your position, whether it being the CEO, vice CEO, secretary, treasurer, your position. But along with that, that position comes a responsibility, and you must know your responsibility. And in order to know your responsibility matters, and what you must do to fulfill that position. If you know your responsibility, then you know um your what's the word? I apologize. You know the I guess responsibility. You know what you must do in that position. You know the what you must do. So a CEO oversees everyone. A CEO makes sure the man at the bottom gets paid. The man at the bottom gets situated. They take on the responsibility. They take on everything, the positives and the negatives. If you don't know your responsibility or what you must do in your position, then the foundation of that relationship tends to start crumbling. And then it becomes dysfunction because you don't take responsibility, you don't know your position, you don't know your role in that position or your responsibility in your position, and things tend to fall apart. It tends to fall apart. But what comes with those two things? What comes with the position? What comes to responsibility? I know some of you may not agree, and something I understand that some of you may not agree with this, but the next thing, number three, it goes to the next thing. Um, well, before I say it, a little backstory. There's a few of you know. I am. I have had. I'm a military veteran. I'm sorry. I'm a military veteran. I've been in the Air Force for 9 years now. A total of 7.5, 8 years, approximately 8 years active duty. Now I'm a consider not active. I'm not on active duty. I'm not activated right now. I'm actually, whatever. I'm not activated right now. So I'm only temporarily. So the thing is that when you have a position and you have a responsibility, you must adhere to that, and comes of things that align with that position and responsibility, such as values, um, core values, and other things. that stimulates that, which comes to the next thing. In the military, when it comes to position, when it comes to power and responsibilities, there's another thing that comes with it. People may not do this for you when it comes to you personally and you individually, but they will do this when it comes to the position and responsibilities. Number three is going to be respect. Number three is going to be respect. Okay. And I know it's gonna be weird for certain individuals that actually know me personally. That hi, we thought respect would be number one. No, respect is actually number three on my list for this category. Respect. You must respect the individual. You must respect the responsibility. You must respect the position. Now, respect can be a wide variety of things. Respect is big to me. It is personally as a feeling and a thought, practical, logical process. Respect is big. And the reason why respect is big is because respect is another thing that actually is, I would say the reason why it also is number three is that it's the middle thing. It's the middle ground. It's the glue. It's the middleman that brings both sides together. And you will hear about number two, number one later on. But respect keeps everything together. Respect holds everything together. It's very important to have respect for individuals and relationships. Once again, whether it's marriage, family members. Sorry, my apologies. It's late, but people still text me about things. But respect is really big. Respect goes far. Respect goes wide. Respect is very important when it comes to the traits of a foundation of relationship, because once that glue of respect is null and void, once it is eradicated, once it's demolished, destroyed, the rest of the foundation is just a matter of time for the rest of the foundation to just crumble and be gone. Um, you don't have to like someone. This is a side note. You don't have to like someone. You don't have to deal with someone. You don't have to even appreciate one. But as a base level, and we talk about this all the time, I'm pretty sure you've talked about many people, you have respect for your individuals, but there should always, and I mean always, no matter who you are, it could be your friend, it could be your associate, it could be your enemy. There should always be a baseline of respect. Respect for the position, respect for the responsibility, respect for the economy, respect for the relationship. There should always be a baseline of respect as human decency. It doesn't matter if you're male, it doesn't matter if you're female, it doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with even equality. There should be a baseline of respect as a human being. Because once respect goes out the window, there's nothing but chaos, pain, disrespect, which is the opposite of respect, right? And destruction. You eradicate it. You eradicate the foundation. Like when you build a house, right? You have the foundation of the house, right? It's a bunch of bricks, stones, whatever you want to call it. They have the base of a house has at least here in America, has a mixture of cement, and they put it on there, some whatever mixture they decide to do within code and protocol. They put it on each brick. Each brick is connected and tied together. Like I said, the respect is the glue. Once you get a respect, there's no more glue. There's nothing to tie the bottom from to the rest of the house. You can't build. Once you lose respect, you can't build. So respect is, yes, it's number three, but it's just as important as number five. It's just as important as number one. Just as important. Respect is a big thing. Next, number two. Number two. Whew, I watch a lot of other content. Side note, side story. I watch a lot of content, listen to a lot of individuals, and many people don't like this word, the A word. Can you guess what that is? I'll give you a time. I'll give you a little time. Doom, 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 doom. Have you guessed it? Have you guessed it yet? Well, if you haven't guessed, number two, accountability. Accountability is the answer. If you didn't think accountability, you owe me $50. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, that was a bet. That was a bet. But yes, accountability. If you respect someone, first you gotta respect yourself, right? If you respect yourself and respect anyone, you take accountability for your actions. And it's very difficult for people to do that. People don't do much of take accountability anymore because everyone wants to be right. Everyone wants to, be the truth, know the truth. Everybody wants to become correct. But even if you're not correct, take accountability for your wrongs. Take upon accountability for your position, your responsibilities, your respect. Take accountability. Accountability is important. Like I said, respect is the middle ground. Responsibility and positions is the bottom half, right, of the foundation. We're getting to the top half. Accountability. Accountability is important for you to be able to build the rest of the foundation as well as build on top of the foundation. It's very important. It's almost like when you have, those houses that have trees close to the house, and as time progresses, the roots of the tree underneath tend to get in the pipelines of and the foundation betweens to break it down. Accountability is part of that. If you're wrong, it's okay. It's okay that we are human. We make mistakes. We are wrong sometimes. I'm wrong. I know I get into it with people, but cool. I'm transparent and I'm open to understanding. And if I'm wrong about something, yeah, I may feel some type of way, but I will take accountability. I don't know everything. I'm not God. If you believe in God, I'm not Buddha. If you believe in Buddha, I'm not, you know, whatever else. But I don't know everything. I make mistakes too. And I take accountability for my mistakes. Some things may take time. Some things may take time. But there's always three sides to the story, your side, their side, and the truth. You know, you know. So you must take accountability. And if you don't, you will see in whatever relationship that you're in that once you stop taking accountability or you deflect from accountability, you see that relationships begins to crumble. It crumbles back down to the respect part because it accountability is important. No matter who it is, whether it's your friend, your associate, whether it's at work, whether it's your friend, your family member, whether it's your own kids, your mother, your father, your grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, nieces, nephews, cousins. We can go through all of them. You must take accountability. And if you're wrong, apologize. If you're not wrong, don't be a hole about it. Don't be a Richard about it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But it's like take accountability. Accountability is at number two. Now we're at number one. Yes, we made it. We made it. So number one. Number one is very important. And, you know, I put this as number one because in this new age society, in this I wouldn't just say Generation Z, even my generation, all the way back to the baby boomers and before them. Throughout history, this has been one thing that has been a stepping stone, something that's been hard for many in all relationships. Because as time progresses, people Many, and I mean many by majority, have a hard time adapting to this, but because we come from all different eras, all different backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures, and not just because of time, but because of the cultures, people that come from different areas and don't come from the same place. This is the one thing, and the reason why I put it as number one is imperative to the significance and the perfection or the building of the foundation. If you guessed it, yes, communication.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Uh-oh, retard alert!
This sucks in a lot of different relationships, and it makes you want to smack the person or smack even yourself. Yes, that's what that is, a smack. Communication is important. Throughout history is, from the wars, from the um, from the many trials and tribulations all throughout history, communication has been very difficult of bringing people together, from concluding, from finishing, and solidifying relationships. Whether it be may whether it may be a language barrier, a misunderstanding, or just a cooperation, or even a compromise, or comprehension. I guess you can line that with it too. We'll, we won't put the two C's together, but communication. I have that as number one, and that being important because it has even caused generational curses of children disliking or resenting parents, grandparents, and even down to families. Communication has been the destruction of families, the destruction of religions, the destruction of communities, cultures, the destruction of unity. Communication has done that because there has, with when it comes to communication, there has been misunderstandings or insults or what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I forgot. I can't even think of the word. If you know what I'm talking about, communication is the number one stepping stone. It's that last stone on top. It's like the stone of a mountain that is just as important as the stone at the bottom that creates the foundation of that mountain. If communication doesn't exist in a relationship, then it's as easy as the walls of Jericho. If you're familiar with that story, they the foundation just comes tumbling down. You should be able to communicate with anyone, whether you agree or disagree, whether you have a social aspect or argumentative aspect. You should be able to understand and be open with communication. These are my five things. So once again, if number five, position. Number four, responsibility. Number three, respect. Number two, accountability. Number one, communication. Communication is very important to the evolution, adaptation, and the continuation of relationships. Many, really, it's the start of it. Many relationships, many businesses, corporations, many associations, many things of all those things begin to eradicate, dissolve, break, and become destroyed because either miscommunication, false communication, or bad communication. It's very important. That's where it starts, is the communication. whether you're at the well, number five, the position, whether you're at the CEO, the communication from the CEO all the way to the bottom of the totem pole, the bottom of the pyramid, to the worker at the bottom should always be absolute in order to understand and guarantee the success of the foundation of any relationship. It is important. It is important. So, as my closing thoughts, I'm gonna do. mm, Did I have a? I did have a video. I'll do the small video. I'll do the small video, and you know, may not. Sorry, give me one. Well, I kind of I don't know where I did have it. I kind of don't know. I lost it in my notes. Um, but I'm gonna just put this up real quick. I'll play a little bit of the video to show the aspect of it. It's not that one. Sorry, I'm gonna remove that. We're going to go to this. Is an individual I've been following for a while. Here we go. His name. Go follow him. Go look at the video yourself. His name is Medium Man. He's over on YouTube. He has some good things. And I don't know if you're familiar on the left as Melanie King. Shout out to both of them. They are extravagant individuals. I'm gonna play a little bit of their video and just let y'all decide on how y'all feel about things. I don't know where I am, but so I'm gonna just put it on some things. So I'm gonna play a little bit of video.
Want relationship and it's no big deal. Have you had women catch feelings though?
Yeah, and I shared this story when I'm in the process of writing my autobiography. So I have like text conversations from a couple of exes that I interviewed, and I posted this.
Mm.
And one of my exes, she said that she was mad that I would kick her out of my house, not in a derogatory way, but when I had things to do, such as studying for school, she would just go along with me kicking her out and not give any pushback because she was like, I didn't want to feel like I was trying to hang on or whatever. I was trying to stay in your house. So that was her ego saying, hey, I can take this. But then she admitted, I just wanted to stay and be around you while you worked. And I was like, well, why you didn't say that? And she was like, well, I don't know. I just didn't want to run you off and, things like that. So,
Ah,
in
okay.
two of those text conversations, they came out the same way. They both said, I'm selfish for one. I can admit to that, but I'm not selfish with my money. I'm selfish with my time. And they all said
Mm.
that, hey, I just wanted to spend more time, more time. And both of these women, one was an officer in the military, and the other one was she was becoming a lawyer, but she was what's the paralegal? She was a
Okay.
paralegal.
All right, so I'm gonna, like I said, if you want, you can go look at the rest of the video from beginning to end. But as you saw just in that small monologue of the video, that communication, like I said, number one, communication and is very important. Is very important, and like I said, that's to me that's number one of the building block, those five building blocks of any relationship, no matter what it is. Like I said, go read the video, and just that small segment was a part of what I was talking. Just some of the things I was talking about. But hey, if you feel any different, if you want to interject, go ahead, interject. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about what I'm talking about, the things, if you have any good topics or some things you want to talk about, or even if you want to be on the panel, like I said, discussed earlier, send me a message on my Instagram or Facebook. Send me an email on here. My email is once again. I'm sorry. Like I said, I have multiple emails for different things. Let me make sure I have this in order. because I want to make sure I give you the right one. So it is called no more excuses at gmail.com if you want to send me an email. But Instagram is a little bit better. That's two underscores Justin Kindred. And yeah. So other than that, like I said, I appreciate all the love. Even my critics and whatnot. If you have a issue with the way I do things, or comes concerns on how I do things, you're more always more than welcome to do the same. So, other than that, we are out.